ended the roadside barcode sticker parking subscription. Stickers already bought remain valid only until each one-year expiry. Field officers are removing expired stickers and returning drivers to pay-per-use tariffs under local registration. This change was confirmed on August 25 until August 26, 2025 with a 50-year-old man identified as Mawardi was found lying near a roadside drain in Tebing Tinggi on Tuesday afternoon. Police moved the body to RS Bayangkara for examination. A long-term breathing illness is the initial suspicion pending full medical confirmation. PSSI introduced Dutch coach developer Alexander Zwiers as technical director. He plans a 100-day audit listening, mapping strengths and gaps, and revising the federation's blueprint before longer reforms. He has long links to Indonesia and previously lived in Karawaci. Good evening and welcome to SIP TV. Coming up next, we've prepared more compelling stories for you in tonight's edition of SIP News Highlight, August 27, 2025. I'm Maya Aziza Odina. Stay with us only on SIP News Highlight.
Medan has indeed its participation-based roadside parking program that uses barcode stickers on vehicles. The administration communicated the change on August 25, 2025 with and clarified operational rules the next day. The city is restoring conventional roadside revise and routine file checks. Transport Office Head Erwin Saleh outlined a transition stickers already booked remain valid only until their individual expiry dates. Teams are instructed to observe vehicles with still active stickers and to remove stickers that have passed their validity. The procedure aims to avoid confusion and add the crop while policy shifts to a simpler legal basis. Officials also describe the sales history. Sticker sales began on July 1, 2024 and were promoted citywide through the end of the year. Sales continue in small numbers in early 2025. The office stopped selling new stickers in May 2025. That means anyone who bought a sticker in early 2025 can use it until early 2026, which is 1 full year from purchase. Under the return to pay per use, driver must follow the tariff schedule set in the regional regulation on local taxes and levies. Enforcement teams are instructed to supervise collection, verify payments, and keep crops clear expired marker. The agency said the goal is consistent charge, clearly control, and better service. From Medan, the SIP TV News team from SIP News Highlight.
Medan's Transport Office confirmed that August 26, 2025 that the roadside barcode sticker subscription is no longer in force. The city will apply conventional pay-per-use parking again. Stickers already purchased remain usable only until their printed expiry dates, which are 1 year from purchase. Field officers are now checking vehicles and removing expired stickers during enforcement.
Remove stickers that have passed their validity. The procedure aims to avoid confusion and add the crop while policy shifts to a simpler legal basis. Officials also describe the sales history. Sticker sales began on July 1, 2024 and were promoted citywide through the end of the year. Sales continue in small numbers in early 2025. The office stopped selling new stickers in May 2025. That means anyone who bought a sticker in early 2025 can use it until early 2026, which is 1 full year from purchase. Under the return to pay per use, driver must follow the tariff schedule set in the regional regulation on local taxes and levies. Enforcement teams are instructed to supervise collection, verify payments, and keep crops clear expired marker. The agency said the goal is consistent charge, clearly control, and better service. From Medan, the SIP TV News team from SIP News Highlight.
As of this week, Medan is back to standard pay-per-use parking on public roads. Active stickers continue only until their printed expiry. Expired ones are removed during field checks. Drivers should follow the posted tariff schedule under the regional regulation and watch for updated implementing rules that will formalize procedures and oversight. We move to the main news next watch. Student Alliance from several campuses held a protest in front of DPRD North Sumatra Medan on Tuesday, August 26, 2025. The rally turned tense when some tried to push into the compound. Officers responded with water cannon. Police said they detained multiple people as the situation escalated around 6 p.m. WIB.
The demonstration began around 2 p.m. WIB on Jalan Imam Bonjol. Organizer with a list called 12 people's demands, including scrapping what they call luxury allowances at DPR and aligning law markers pay with local minimum wages. They also urged pace of asset recovery and anti-corruption bills and broader audit transparency. By mid-afternoon, fusing and shooting started at the main gate. Postering shifts to a side entrance and pulled down a gate panel. Police contrasted with brave water cannon, brought and moved the crowd back toward Jalan Kejaksaan. Reported at the scene saw bottles and small objects thrown during the standoff. Police said the crowd was dispersing from the front of the building by about 6 p.m. WIB. An officer continued patrol to keep traffic flowing. The North Sumatra Police Chief said thoroughly 800 personnel were deploying for the operational and stated there were no casualty local outlets. However, reporting several officers injured and receiving treatment. The numbers of detaining was describing the zones with screening underway at nearby posts. Protest leaders framed the action as response to rising public costs and weak oversight that demand DPRD North Sumatra convey the list to Jakarta and open dialogue on budget priority. They also asked the DPRD chair to meet them on site. No bidding occurred during the rally. By evening, most demonstrators left the area in groups street around the DPRD slowly responded through a force, maintained a line at K junctions. Hospital near the scenes reported increased visiting for minor eye irritation, consistent Medan with smoke exposure. From Medan, the SIP TV News team for SIP News highlight.
As of 8:30 p.m. WIB, police maintained security around DPRD building while processing detainees' identities. Student organizers indicated they may return if their demands are not addressed. Authorities said they will evaluate procedures and any reports of force. The next indicators are an official police tally of arrests and injuries, a DPRD response to the demands, and any scheduled follow-up action by student groups. We will be back with more exciting news. Stay tuned. Viewers, you're still with me, Maya Aziza Audina, on SIP News Highlight. For those of you who are new to the news show, you can also follow tonight's entire news series live on the official SIP TV YouTube channel. Marking its 30th year in 2025, MAMRE, the Men's Fellowship of the Career Protestant Church, GBKP, urges FEM members to be role models at home, in church, and in the community. Commemorations in Medan on Tuesday, August 26, 2025 precede Minggu Mamre service sets for Sunday, August 31, 2025 WIB.
Mamre 30-year movement arrived with a simple message: renewal began at home. Leaders encourage fathers to create calm, safe household, then carry that stability to the wider congregation and neighborhood. The emphasis is practical: be present, listen well, and guide with consistency. This posture, they say, turns family trust into community trust. The fellowship places its identity in a short Karamoto, Mamre Erdiate, Mamre Abermede in English. This signals empathy and concrete giving. The goal is not grand gestures, but daily aid. The mid-read needs guidance material for this week's small group study echo the theme, asking members to examine legacy. What habits and hope will children see in their fathers? Mamre is one of GBKP's categorical ministries alongside Moria, Permata, KKR, and Zaitun. Organizer want more men to join routine discipleship and service. Not only headline event, they highlight regular PA, schedules, and upcoming Minggu Mamre. Focus on fatherhood as easy and sayang points. The anniversary also looks forward facilities and program under development aim to anchor training, mentoring, and outreach for years to come. Historically, GBKP formally established Mamre or August 31, 1995 in Kabanjahe. The timeline explained this week's dual rhythm, with week remains to correct now, and a Sunday's voice emphasized to seal the commitment for the next decade. Leaders acknowledge internal differences as part of growth, not a sign of weakness. The state aim is discipline, unity, clean in purpose, generous in spirit, steady in their voice. From Medan, the safety news, the from safety highlight.
This week's anniversary call is specific. Fathers first strengthen home life, then serve wider circles with empathy and giving. Participation through small group study and Minggu Mamre services on August 31, 2025 will be the near-term signal. The longer-term markers are steady attendance, community outreach that meets real needs, and sustained coordination with other GBKP ministries to keep momentum beyond the celebration week. On Tuesday, August 26, 2025, Commensos provided 215.5 million to 24 households affected by a windstorm in Asahan Regency. The symbolic handover, led by Vice Regent Rianto in Pulau Bandring, involved Commensos delegates and the local social office. Assistance is distributed via the Regency to residents across 5 impacted districts.
The August 15 windstorm damage harm is part of Asan Regency. 2 weeks later, the Social Affairs Ministry Center get recovery aid for 24 households. The total allocation is 215.5 million rupiah. The focus is simple: fix damaged houses and stabilize daily life for affected families. The ceremony on Thursday in Pulau Bandring gets with representatives from Kemensos, the Asan Social Office, the subsecretariat, and village leaders. The Vice Regent emphasized empathy for victims and the need for steady supporting during recovery. The local government said the funds will be channeled through the Regency budget mechanism to beneficiary was-based verification. Officials explained that 5 districts reporting damage from the mid-August storm. Field teams documented conditional and prioritized repair needs. Today's package covers the first verified group of 24 households. The Regency will continue data check to guide any follow-up proposal to Commensos or provincial partners. Operationally, the social office coordinates with subsecretariat and villages to confirm identities. The image categories and bank detail were applicable aimed to reduce delays and avoid overlap with other assistance. The Vice Regent also called for community solidarity, noting that gotong royong cannot solve gaps that public funds cannot reach. Residents were asked to use the aid strictly for rehabilitation, roofing, walls, doors, and other urgent work, so family can return to several homes before heavier rains. Monitoring will track progress and flag special cases or additionally support through exciting social protection channels. From Asan Regency, the SIP TV News team for SIP News highlight.
The first tranche serves 24 verified households with repairs the immediate target. Next signal to watch: completion of disbursement to all recipients, updates from village offices and houses rehabilitation, and any follow-up submissions for remaining damaged homes. Local BPBD and Dinas Sosial will keep assessments active while the Regency coordinates further requests to Kemensos if required. Next news, viewers. A man was found dead near a drainage channel on Jalan RS Umum Pasar Baru Tebing Tinggi around 12:30 p.m. WIB Tuesday, August 26, 2025. Police identified him as Mawardi, 55, from Bulian. Officers proceeded at the scene and brought the body to RS Bayangkara for examination.
Witnesses told officers the man had been seen early at a small warung near the scene. He sat briefly and ordered a sweet tea, then left in an unclear direction not long after passing Sudan noticed a person laying on the roadside near a ditch and alerted nearby residents who called police. A joint team from Polres Tebing Tinggi and Polsek Padang Hulu arrived to scour the area and conduct a preliminary scene examination. Identification document confirmed the man's name and address in Kelurahan Bulian. Officer then transported the Bulian to Rumah Sakit Bayangkara Tebing Tinggi for medical checks and administrative procedures. Police said the initial assessment points to a health factor. Family members told officers the man had a historical of breathing problems. Investigators are completing statements and will wait for complete medical notes to finalize the cause. Authorizing did not provide critical clinical detail and did not immediately release a timeline for any additional tests. The location, Jalan Rumah Sakit Umum, sits on a busy corridor in Pasar Baru within the jurisdiction of Polsek Padang Hulu. Officers managed traffic while the scene one proceeded and clearly by late afternoon. Routine flow resumed. Police remained residing to report emergencies quickly and avoid sharing unfaith claims about the incident. Next steps include standard documentation at hospital, coordinating with the family, and review of CCTV or nearby witness to reconcile the man's movement before a claim said. Any update on medical findings will guide whether a case remains a health-related indicate or requires further investigation action. From Tebing Tinggi City, the SIP TV News team from SIP News highlight.
The case remains in routine handling pending complete medical notes from RS Bayangkara. Police have identified the victim and met the family, who cited a history of respiratory illness. Officers will gather any nearby camera footage and witness statements to clarify the timeline before collapse. The immediate indicators to watch are the hospital's written findings and any formal notice from Polres Tebing Tinggi on the final cause classification. Viewers, after this break, we will be back with more exciting news. Stay tuned. Thank you, viewers, for staying with us on SIP News Highlight. For those of you who have joined, you can also follow tonight's full news coverage live on SIP TV's official YouTube channel. We continue with news from A Group calling itself Masyarakat dan Mahasiswa Peduli Keadilan, staged a demonstration outside the Lubuk Pakam District Court, Deli Serdang on Tuesday, August 26, 2025. They urged the panel to impose the maximum sentence on assault defendant Josniko Tarigan, saying a like verdict would signal the tolerance for street violence.
The rally began in the late morning and centered on the message Biverm. Speaker said the assault against Notariana Sebayang was cruel and took place in front of the victim's wife and child. The crowd asked the court to go beyond the prosecutor's demand of 2 years and 2 months and apply the heaviest penalty allowed. The correct public relations officer, Endra Hermawan, met Representative Aid DJ. He said the court would provide the right and demand to leadership and open room for further discussion. The crowd later dispersed in an ordered way as traffic control resumed on the main road. The case date to 2022 on Jalan Janjamin Ginting, Desa Tiang Layar, Pancur Batu. The defendant is accused of hitting the victim with a stone, causing injury after being named a suspect. Josniko Veld was listed as a point person by Pancur Batu police. Officers arrested him in June 2025 and the case moved to trial at the Lubuk Pakam court in hearing this July. Defendant admitted striking the victim with his hand a stone. Prosecutors then read out their demand in early August. The panel has since closed the base stage and is preparing the fridge. Court officials have not announced a decision date, but the case remains on the dock for the alliance. The state proposed in the trains argue a heavy fire rate would show equal protection under law and discourage intimidation. From the court, the next step is the format ruling based on the indicate advance, and play any part might seek legitimacy after decision. From Deli Serdang Regency, the SIP TV News, Tim Fortnite SIP TV Highlight.
Proceedings now wait for the verdict. Key markers ahead are the official ruling date, the length of any sentence relative to the prosecutor's demand, and possible appeals from either side. Police presence will likely remain at the cart horse on decision day. A strong, clear judgment supported by written reasoning will be the main public signal on due process and deterrence in this case. Next news, viewers. PSSI named Alexander Zires as Technical Director in Jakarta on Monday, August 25, 2025. On Tuesday, August 26, he outlined a 100-day plan to analyze Indonesia's strengths and weaknesses before revising the national blueprint. The federation said Zires is contracted for 4 years to steer player and coach development.
Indonesian Football Federation has turned Alexander Zires to allegiant elite grassroots work under one technical roof. He was unveiled in Jakarta on August 25, 2025 alongside PSSI leaders and began by setting expectations the first 100 days will be for listening, data gathering, and field observation. The target is a clear map of strengths, gaps, and priority before any major specification takes hold. PSSI said his short-term duty included showing the senior national team setup while he viewed development pathway and coach education. Zires aid the success must be collective, federation, clubs, academic, and school moving in one direction. Rather than individual fixes, the medium-term takes is to refine and if needed rewrite the Federation technical blueprint already submitted to international bodies, ensuring the plan fit Indonesian current reality. The federation confirmed a 4-year contract to provide continued through World Cup qualification cycle and youth to senior transition. Zires resumes Spain's federation and academy posts in Asia and Europe. Officially says the range is key as Indonesia seeks stable pipelines for players, coaches, and talent identification. He also acknowledges his long relationship with the country. He's married to an Indonesian and previously lived in Karawaci. That familiarity, he said, will help him read the culture inside dressing rooms, academic, and match-day environments. An often missed factor when importing from work from abroad, immediately encouraged to which are his technical audit milestones. Any update to coach listening pathways and template to publish a revised national blueprint. Coordination with the Badan Timnas Nasional and Federation Secretary will anchor those steps. The Federation expects early operational change to be modest with large moves after the 100 days review. From Jakarta, the SIP TV News team for SIP News Highlight.
The near-term focus is methodical. Map the system, align actors, and adjust the blueprint. The first public signals should be an audit summary, a calendar for coach education revisions, and integration notes between senior, youth, and women's programs. With a 4-year mandate, Zires will be judged first on clarity, what to fix, when, and with whom, before the results follow on the pitch.